So I'm Ada from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Um, Today I will discuss about the use of learning analytics in the institution during the COVID-19 period. So in my team, there's Kannass, who has a presentation in the previous parallel session, and also Joseph. So maybe you may all know that because of COVID-19, many of our teaching and learning has changed from face-to-face to online teaching. So starting from last year, because of the social unrest, our university has shut down and has start to change to online teaching. So in the semester two of last academic year, that means it's around February to June 2020, we have fully online teaching due to COVID-19. So my presentation will be focused on this period, focus on this period, talking about how we make use of LA in our institution. So first of all, I would like for the learning and teaching, as you know that before we are using face-to-face, actually all the classes are conducted in campus, so teachers can have some facial and can get some feedback from the students directly during the classes. For example, their facial expression, body language, eye contact, and also they have some interaction in class, for example, the group discussion and so on. So also they can have some uh, hard copy assignments or tests and quizzes face to face or during classes or so on. But all of these kind of learning and teaching activities have been moved to online. So for example, they have synchronous sessions. They will do some polling during the synchronous session during the online classes. They will make use of chat room for discussion. So all these learning and teaching activities has been conducted in the uh, online on the online platform. So all these activities actually have been captured by the system. Actually, this will generate a lot of data um, by these activities. So actually, these kind of data are very useful for the teachers because the teachers now conducting online teaching, actually they can get facial they can't get feedback from by looking at facial expression, eye contact, and so on. They will need this kind of data for them to enhance their teaching or to do some reflection. So because of this, we actually want to make use of this data. So this presentation will talk about how we make use of this data to do some LA so that they can the teachers can know about what is going on during the online teaching period, and also how LA help the university and teachers to understand and enhance the online environment. So actually, our university has done a lot on LA. We keep doing LA, for example. We conduct workshops. We have do some research studies. We develop some customized tool to help the teacher to extract useful data to enhance their teaching and learning. So during the uh, COVID-19 period, we have done a lot of things. For example, we have developed a guidelines for the teachers to guide them what kind of data they can look at so that to enhance their learning, and also how they can access those data timely, and so that get they can based on these kind of data to do some timely response or take necessary actions. And also we have conducted a lot of workshops to introduce some ways that the teachers can use to understand what teachers are doing online. So actually, we also have a website that gives some. We have a website available to teachers talking about how to access those data step by step, so that the teachers can follow the step to access the data uh, available in the system by themselves. And also, we have developed two customized LA report for the teachers and for the university, such as we have one subject level report called Subject E Engagement Report for all the subject level teachers. And also, we have produced weekly LA report to the university and departments, and so that they can keep track or keep monitor monitoring about what happened during the semesters. And also we have prepare an overall report at the end of semester so that they can know about what are the changes and the change happen during 5 weeks. So now I will going to talk about the weekly LA report. At that time, we have during the online teaching period, we have form LA team which consists of different uh, colleagues with different specialties. For example, IT, technical staff, or also some statistical staff, so that we can generate some useful statistics to be included in the weekly LA report. So these kind of report are in Excel format, in tables, and they are in the report, it includes data about from different kind of online platform. For example, we use Blackboard as our LMS. We have data for about the system for conducting the synchronous session. For example, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom. We use these three software to conduct synchronous session. Also, we have some data from the video platform system supported by Panotto. So this is overall report which consists of data from different kinds of institutional platform. And in the report, we will list out some mainly some percentage. For example, related to teachers, and we have some percentage about how many paper courses have with announcement, how many paper courses have uploaded videos, how many paper courses have conducted synchronous sessions, and how long are the synchronous sessions, so that the teachers so that the university and the departments uh, can know about what teachers have done or what they have, how they conducted online teaching. And also not just the figures related to teachers, we also have some figures related to students. For example, we have the percentage about how many students have accessed the paper course, the number of students who have not accessed the paper course, also what have they done. For example, how many students have viewed the announcement, have accessed the content area, have joined the synchronous sessions. So that based on these figures, the university and departments will know about what students have done during their online learning, for example, whether they access the paper course and so on. So after this kind of weekly report, we have an overall LA report to prepare for the university so that the university can know about uh, what how what things have been done across the semester, because the figures are presented by weeks, so that they have understanding about how the online teaching change across the semester and so on, so that based on these two reports, the university and departments can know about what is happening during the online teaching and learning, what teachers have done and also what students have done. So that they can react or respond to these kind of things. So apart from this kind of institutional level report, we have a subject level report for the teachers. We call it subject E engagement report. This report aims to help the teachers understand what students have done in their courses, and also identify students that needed to follow up. These reports uh, in Excel format using charts and tables, and these reports were released every week during the semester too, for all the paper courses. It is for the whole university. So in this report actually is because it is designed for the subject teachers, so we will list out, for example, the number of students who have logged into the paper course, how they log in the paper course, because some of them may use web browser or mobile app. And also we will display about how students weekly average course access, that means how the number of access uh, each week. And also we will display some figures about their counterparts, how their counterparts within their department, what are their uh, students' courses, and also what happened in the whole university. And also we will list out, we have a chart showing students' average course to access per week. That means here, this one, and you can see different color represent the tool that they have been used by students. For example, the blue color represent the content area. So the teachers, from this graph, teachers will know that how uh, the students assessed his course materials by week. So some maybe they students assess the week material, the course material, and more frequently at the end of semester, so on. And also, we have in this report we also have a list of inactive students for the teachers, so that the teachers can know uh, who have not accessed their course that week, so they can respond or see if there is any support needed for the students. Also, there are some instruction about analytics available in Learn and PolyU, Collaborate, and U Rewind, and some other reports like uh, other analytic reports that the teachers can access by themselves in the system. So actually, for this subject E engagement report from the system notes, we found that throughout the whole semester, actually 20% of the paper courses have viewed the C report. Most of them will view the C report at the beginning of semester, and some of them may read all the C report because that means the 13 C report released in that semester group every week have one C report for every week. That means some of them read all of them. Actually, we have interviewed some teaching staff, and we found that actually most of the respondents, most of the teaching staff being interviewed said that they will read some statistics or analytic reports about the online teaching or students online learning, and we found out that most of the C report readers found that the C reports was quite useful, and from the comments, qualitative comment, we found that they found it is most useful for identifying inactive students earlier, and also for reviewing students' level of participation. But also some of them will also find these C report not useful because they said that it's difficult to access this kind of LA report, and uh, also there are many many analytic reports, so they would like to combine these reports in one. And also some teachers will already record down their online teaching, and some of them said that because there are different ways to conduct online teaching, so some of them will say that they conduct their online teaching in another system, not in blackboard course. So these kind of institutional LA reports may not be useful to them. So after this kind of after the semester two, from this experience, we find that from the feedback from the university and also the teachers, we find that this kind of area report actually is quite useful for the university and departments to know about and understand about the usage of these kind of institutional platforms, so that they can uh, know what the teachers and students are doing. and and also we find that the subject teachers really need these kind of statistics or analytic reports, so that they can review and reflect their online teaching and enhance their teaching. And also the most important is that they would like to identify those inactive students earlier. So for the next steps, we think that um, actually the teachers need more figures and statistics about the usage of different platforms, and also they will hope that to facilitate the whole process. They would like to have one LA report for all the online teaching platforms, and also they hope that the report can be simple, easy to understand, and convenient to access. And also we found that some teachers may need some practical support about how to follow up and help students learn better. So yeah, so to and that's all what we found during this uh, practice of happened in the semester two, and that's all my presentation. So yeah, so maybe I pass the time back to Teresa.
Thank you very much, Ada. Very good timing. um, is any like participants would like to ask question, please unmute yourself or you type your question onto the chat room. Any question? Indeed, I have one. While the others are actually warm upping. So I want to ask is like you collect the Blackboard data, like the x-axis. Is it like I thought that the dashboard can see everything. So why you have to do this kind of e-engagement report for the teachers?
Oh, actually, the blackboard. Actually, there are dashboard. There is a dashboard inside the blackboard. So actually, we have conducted workshops, many workshops to teach our staff to use that kind of dashboard. But we receive a lot of feedback saying that the dashboard or those analytic report actually are not useful to them, and actually it is quite difficult for them to access to have to how to make use of those dashboard because you need to set up a lot of things, set up the settings, and need a lot of different. You need there are a lot of steps to set up those dashboards. So actually, the teachers think that they are not quite useful, and also it is quite time consuming to get what they really want. For example, in the blackboard, actually they just want to know who have not accessed the content materials they upload, but it is very difficult for them to know who actually don't access those content material, or even they want to know who have not accessed the Blackboard course. Actually, to know this kind of information, they need a lot of steps to set up the retention center or dashboard, a lot of clicks, and also they want something that already they can just one click and then they will know who have not accessed. So that's why we um, because of this, so that's why we develop some customized report for the teachers so that they can get this data, all the data in advance and also in one place so that they can facilitate the whole process. Yeah.
Thank you, Ada. There are two questions on the chat room.
Mm.
Oh, actually, three now. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, Joseph is helping you to answer the question. Oh,
Yeah, my
Rosen,
teammate.
actually, the two questions I would like to ask as well. So,
Oh,
Rosen and OM Lu, I'll ask these two questions. Rosen asked you, you are only analyzing access data. You talk about a lot of access,
yeah.
not student learning specifically. Like,
Mm-mm.
do you have any comments?
Oh, because I think uh, uh, I would say that because of the COVID-19, actually the data uh, we looking actually it's the first time for us to look at so many data, so much data in a short period of time. You can just like my presentation. Actually, we generate the reports weekly. So actually, it takes a lot of time for us to consult to extract the data, clean the data, and also consolidate data into meaningful figures. So basically, there's one reason, and the other reason is that the teachers during that semester too, that most of the teachers will ask about is is uh, most teachers will ask about access, and the first question they ask is about access because they will when they conduct the online teaching, the first question come up in their mind is whether the student have access their synchronous session, access their course material, and so on. That's what happened in semester two. Of course, during this semester, the teacher asks more. For example, they will ask whether they have a meaningful, they have post meaningful message in the chat room or so on. They actually, so that's why in semester two, we basically generate figures about access. So yeah, I hope can answer the question.
Thank you. Well, in view of the time, for OM Lu's question regarding how you consolidate the data from various platforms like Zoom, Teams. I know you're using Teams as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
BB
yeah.
Learn and BB Collaborate. You might want to like just respond via the chat room.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure,
I
sure.
have to keep the
Yeah,
timing.
yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I will respond
Okay,
in the chat room.
please
Thank
join
you.
me to thank Ada and her team. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much
Thank
for the
you.
presentation.